Hello crew, good to see you again. So last week we took a look at a 7-note grouping played as 16th notes. And today I want to expand on that same concept by playing the exact same grouping in 16th note triplets. As a follow-up to what I was saying in that video, I think it's great to have many applications of the same pattern in order to create as many things as possible with the same thing. But be aware that playing a 7-note pattern in sextuplets or 16th note triplets is not as easy as it is in 16th notes. If you have already seen and most importantly practiced the fill that I showed you in the last video, you'll obviously be familiar with the pattern. But if you haven't, I highly encourage you guys to go back and take a look at that video as well. Instead, if you haven't watched that video and you're impatiently being like, don't waste my time, I want to learn a new 16th note triplet fill right away, so give me the staking and the orchestration, calm down, I'm about to do so. So we are dealing with a 7-note pattern that will be built over a 4-note pattern plus a 3-note pattern. The 4-note pattern will be right, left, kick, and the 3-note pattern will be right, left, kick. Just like we did in our previous video, we'll be dealing with two orchestrations. One will have a more polyrhythmical feel, and the other one will be a more traditional sounding one. The first one will have the exact same orchestration that we utilized in the previous video. So that will be right hand on the floor tom, 2 ghost notes on the snare drum, kick, then right hand on the rack tom, left hand on the snare drum, and kick again. Okay, let's hear that as a 16th note triplet fill at 3 different speeds. Okay, for the second orchestration, we'll make a little twist to the way we utilize the pattern in its original form. Since my intention for this one was to play a fill with a backbeat on 2 and 4, after a few trials, I think the best way to do this is by simply starting the fill on beat 2 of the fill bar. I mean, you could also do it by starting the fill on beat 1 and starting kind of in the middle of the pattern, but I think it's a nice variation to it. Also, a lot of times we're not really allowed to play such long phrases, so it would also make sense to take just smaller portions of a phrase. Let's look at the orchestration for this one from a single beat perspective. As I already said, we'll start the fill on beat 2, so we'll just leave beat 1 grooving. When we get to beat 2, we'll start the actual fill. So we'll play a right hand on the snare drum as a backbeat, then 2 left hands on the hi-hat, then kick, then right, left on the rack tom. Beat 3 will be kick, then right hand on the floor tom, 2 ghost notes with our left hand on the snare drum, then kick again, and then right hand again on the floor tom. And then finally, beat 4 will be left hand on the snare drum as a backbeat, kick, right hand on the snare drum, 2 ghost notes on the snare drum with our left hand, and the kick again. All right, now that we have all the ingredients to play our fill, let's hear it at 3 different speeds. All right, people, that's it for this lesson. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.